Well, I would echo kind of what the government folks said. It's been a terrific program. It's been very easy, actually, for vendors and service providers actually to get into the program. The initial award to the 17 major suppliers and systems integrators was very, very rapid. BMC, like a lot of the vendors, have a number of our products actually on the CDM catalog today. So we're part of that. The first task order went out about 16 months ago or so, and a lot of that was around discovery, as Andy said. A lot of it was really focused on that, just sort of finding out what you have and what the state of it is. We're now moving into a phase where it's more holistic, and really the results should start paying off. One of the things we've got to remember here, and this has come up a couple of times, is the folks that are attacking the government sites, or attacking commercial sites. They're doing it very, very rapidly, and we've got to figure out a model to have a very rapid response to that. In fact, there's a number of security studies that came out over the last 6 months. When a CVE, when a vulnerability or exposure appears on the U.S. CERT CVE database, it's about 7.5 days now before the exploit shows up. It's really, really fast. Unfortunately, a lot of our processes are fairly slow in organizations in being able to address those vulnerabilities and close them and stuff. The average actually time to close a vulnerability is about 193 days. Wow. And just because there's a lot of sort of, there's not good automation, there's a lot of sort of sands in the gearbox there in terms of processes. So focusing on that, I think, is going to be really, really big in the next phase of CDM rollout, and I'm very anxious to see some of those. We've actually seen in some of our customers in their continuous monitoring programs where they have focused on trying to address things very, very rapidly. We've got a particular use case I know about that's not in one of the civilian agencies. It's actually over at Coast Guard in their data center over in Martinsville, West Virginia. They have they've been able to take any major vulnerability and address it across their whole estate in about 4 days now. Wow. And so they do that through an extensive amount of automation to address those. And of course, it's managed within their risk framework. Right. So there are some terrific use cases out there, and I think CDM is going to deliver a lot more.
Oh, terrific. Well, so, it's almost like you need a contingency plan now for if I do have an attack. Many companies, I think, when they first get attacked, they take too long because they're all, what do we do now? And they're not sure of how to handle it. But, if you get in place your contingency plan that says this is what we do.
Jim, that's a very, very good point. In fact, a lot of the studies, the recent studies have shown that if you actually have a structured incident response team, if you actually have disaster recovery or continuous operations as part of the security response, it really closes your window and lowers the cost of the breach.
I'm absolutely